Liquid early on.
They've kept a hold of 2 smokes and 1 Molotov. I love everything about this setup for Liquid. This is the sort of stuff that we have been lacking a lot, I feel like, in American Counter-Strike. This sort of, predetermined rounds where things are really well set up. Right now, Liquid are setting up a great execute towards the A-bomb site. Stan, not worried about anyone peeking him, just going to continue on with the job here and get the Molotov and the smoke in.
It better be a great execute because there's 3 players here for Astralis, and the rotate's already going to come in. Device knows the range of that USP is his strength there, so he's trying to find a fight, but he can't do it.
And one pushes through the smoke. Dupree in the corner. Great flashbang coming out. They're all blind. And Dupree picking up 2 big kills there. And Device, he actually ran through the smoke and left Dupree on its own, which might have been a mistake. But now there will be a bomb plant here. 4 versus 3. Glaive was rotating in behind, so they've got a great chance here for the retake. Going to be 1 headshot. ELEAGUE has to get this kill, and he's not quite quick enough. Glaive with the double, and that leaves Stan. 1 versus 3 now. They don't have any kind of smoke right now, and no kit picked up. It's going to be Device to beat their headshot anyway, and Astralis will win the round. So what went wrong for Liquid there? How good was that flashbang?
I was going to say, it's nothing necessarily went wrong for Team Liquid. It's the flashbang from Astralis that's just so good that pulls him back into this, allowing Dupree to get these kills, and he goes largely unpunished. The fact that he has that much time to even go for the second kill is great, but just eliminates enough manpower of Team Liquid. They don't have someone to fall back and watch the flank. They had to plant in a very awkward spot. And Team Liquid just get a little countered there.
I would actually love to see that replay again, because I'm not sure why Dupree wasn't flashed.
Yeah, I think it went just beyond the wall where he was looking. And I mean, they were flashed as they kind of jumped into that plant spot. And I think that's the other thing as well. That plant goes down. Stanislaw's rotating back. He's thinking it's going to be a default plant. That could have been much more dangerous, but a great response from Twist right onto Device. And actually, that could be an M4 they salvage.
Yeah, right now Liquid probably a bit sad that they haven't picked up any armor at all. It makes sense that they didn't. They did get the bomb plant down in the last round, but once you get that kind of kill early on, you wish you had a bit more. And
that's maybe, I mean, they talked in the pregame, and this is very accurate. Astralis is a team that we often say just doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes. That's probably one right there, is putting the M4 into that position, most likely because he had a better spawn. But you lose that and you give it over to your opponents. You probably wanted an SMG there, and now Kirby's got to get this kill. He's dinked up. Can he get away quick enough? He can't. Another response, another trade for Twist. And Astralis in this round, they're on, well, it's all tied up. It's 3-on-3, so it's not too dangerous yet. It all depends on what ELEAGUE can do with this M4.
So, I mean, a couple of rifles lost. I still think Astralis should be fairly comfortable here, but it's obviously annoying. Glaive wedged up against the wall down on the B-bomb side. Should be some action for him here.
And look at this push from Zipnik's on the flank. He's got all the information. That's why Dupree's cheated over towards the B-bomb site. So that's great, great map control, great information gathering from the Danish side.
Inside the tunnel, there's no getting away from the M4, and the lack of armor really coming into play here. Astralis will win the round, but they did lose 2. A great play from Liquid overall. They're going to be happy about that. They should have rifles, but here's the setup. The grenade coming in.
Yeah, it's just past the edge of that wall.
Are you sure? I feel like I want to see this from... No, oh, right. It's just clips him.
Yeah, it's past that wall, and it just blinds everyone. And Dupree, I mean, he gets a little blind. Oh, it's the flashbang previously, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, that's perfect. That's a very well planned. I mean, that's something they go into a server, I'm sure, and they test it out where exactly that flashbang pops.
So later when we have Smix do an interview, we have to know if that's something that they've set up for, if that's a planned flashbang that they just know as a team, because that is right on the edge, isn't it? Did have a big impact in that round, might have actually settled the round. Kiebi, good kill on ELEAGUE, who was jumping around the corner. Now they are trying to get back before they lose anyone themselves, and they're going to escape through the smoke, probably giggling at the same time, because that is great hit and run for them.
And Liquid actually spotted out that push, that aggression. They knew someone was there. They didn't realize there were 2 players, and that's what catches ELEAGUE off guard. He's trying to pre-aim more towards the railing, more behind the cover, and he's got Kirby right out in the open to get that kill with pretty easily. And even with some of the damage taken, Astralis is going to be so happy with that. Now they can play passive, a setup towards long, KRB spotting towards bathrooms, towards the highway.
This is a hard setup to deal with, because once they get the first kill, if they get the first kill on Dupree, how are they going to guess that Device is also here? Dupree challenging, almost taking the kill, and they don't quite check the corner. Could have easily been a double kill. It's a bit of a letdown for Device. That should have probably been the way to win the round there. Now Stan pushing up, standing in the fire. And it almost goes down to 9 health. A big sacrifice here for the captain, but definitely worth it. Well played.
Yeah, that's great. Aggressive play from him. He had to find that kill. Even when the flames went down, he knew he had to stand it and take that fight. They're going to retreat all the way back towards the B bomb. So this is a long rotation, though. Plenty of time for Astralis to kind of get the feel of what's coming, or at least rotate someone back in a position just in case. They haven't moved yet, though. Xyp9x and Glaive, they're going to play this one together. Just now, Xyp9x bails out, and they've already beat him to the B site.
An issue. Nitro has 16 health and the bomb, so got to be very careful. You can shoot through that box. He sees the top of the head there. JDM might be the one that has to save this round for Liquid. The first one where they have rifles. The bomb is down, and no more grenades here on the Astralis side. They do have a kit and a random spray coming from JDM out in the open, and he goes down to Glaive. So Astralis barely wins the round. Could have gone either way, it feels like.
Yeah, it's Liquid on the rotate back towards that B bomb site. I mean, just so little HP with which to play with. They knew they had to clear out water. That gave Xyp9x pretty much the free kill that he wanted, and a great 2-on-2. Nitro starts to feel really uncomfortable here because he knows he's just got, there's a time limit with that smoke up. As soon as it starts fading, he has to have made a play at that point. And once it's disappearing, he knows he's just kind of stuck in that bomb site or stuck in the open.
So on the bright side for Liquid, they had the previous round, the one before the last one, where they got the 2 kills, then they got 3 in this one. So they're doing damage to the Astralis economy, and that definitely shows on the scoreboard. That's I think, that's the takeaway for now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're keeping the money low, which is good. You're exactly right. And that plant as well is going to help them with some tools to invest into this round. A couple players with armor, they have Molotovs, they have some flashbangs. I think the big thing moving forward for Liquid is this is now pretty much every round. The pistol round, dupreeh was there. You know, the second round that Device pushed up. This previous round we saw, Astralis is being very, very aggressive towards Party, towards the fountain and middle, towards that staircase. They want to go for some kind of an early battle, or at least early information. And if you're Liquid, I think if you're Zeus in your head, you're thinking, you know, my team has to be able to stop that.
Hard for them to make a breakthrough in a round like this. They really need one of those mistakes that we saw earlier from Astralis. Someone sneaks up a bit too close. If they could steal a rifle here, a lot can change, but Astralis are a bit more careful, sadly, for Liquid, because when you just have one flashbang and a smoke, it's hard to set much up.
Feels like this is going to be a fake. You have 3 players, Twist, and JDM at the top of the stairs. Stanislaw has the utility. I think these two just want to get a kill, see what they can find. Here comes the flashbang. It's got to be perfect, but they turn away from the defense. Now they're fighting at range. They play right into the hand of these M4s, and they cause the rotations, actually. Device is going to stick around at the last moment, and I don't think there's an avenue to get this plant down.
No, right. It's close to working, and it was a fake, but they just managed to call it at the end. It's one of those sort of panic moments when you're on the CT side, because you think, you know, surely they're not going to be too elaborate. They don't have anything in this round. Why would they fake it? And then you almost over-rotate.
Almost. Well, the plan for that is you can see the 2 players of the B side actually just turned left, and they were trying to go towards the connecting route to get up to the A bomb site. So their plan was maybe you get 1 kill, and then all of a sudden you can catch the flankers off guard. They're not going to be expecting a split onto that A bomb site, and unfortunately just the defensive setup from Astralis is a perfect counter for what they tried to do. Now JDM's got the AWP in his hands, and this is where you really want to watch him. He's been phenomenal for this Liquid team. KRB's likely going to get aggressive behind this Molotov. There's the flashbang again. It's perfect, and it's a triple spray down for Astralis. The early aggression. Liquid wanted to pick up the pace, but the Molotov just slows them all down.
So, in summary, the 2 really big rounds for Astralis so far have been set up by 1 flashbang. There was the one in the pistol round and the one in the tunnel, and that's, I mean, that does say a lot about what kind of a game Counter-Strike is, because when you're a new viewer, obviously, most of the time, it sort of feels like everything is decided by just aim and headshots and stuff like that, but that's incredibly well called by Astralis, and it's got to be gut-wrenching. You're right, JDM is such an exciting opera, and he's not even going to get much of a chance this round. And maybe even this half, because they're going to run out of money now, Liquid.
Yes, I mean, the tough part is you mentioned just the silver lining was a couple, you know, the economy damage they were doing. It's no longer there.
Oh, no. He's on the lawnmower, isn't he? Oh, not quite. There is a lawnmower in that corner, Moses.
Is there?
Yeah.
I was wondering why you said he's the lawnmower. I was just like, what is that?
Got to pay attention to little details. What if one day you needed it for something?
The lawnmower is my favorite dance move on the dance floor.
I don't know what that is.
I'll show you.
All right, I very much look for. I'll bring a video camera for sure.
Yeah, it's good.
Share it with people.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough because this is the round. I mean, you could see kind of it was one thing where Liquid just had this kind of set strategy called. There was all 5 players towards the B bomb site. They had an idea of what they wanted to do, and that one Molotov just ruins it. It throws off the timing. And here's the thing: when that kind of happens, if you're Team Liquid, you can't all get grouped up in that choke point. And that's where the double kill from Caribbean comes out. You know, they all get blinded by the pop flash. If you're a little spread out, maybe someone dodges that flash. But look, you can't have 3 players stuck in here like that. Unfortunately, I think ELEAGUE might have been the only player who wasn't blind, and he's the first one to go down. So beautifully aggressive defense there from Astralis.
And they were waiting for the Molotov to fade. So essentially, if they had to preempt that play, they would have to sort of spot the Molotov being down and think, hold on, let's not all go in the tunnel when we can't actually get out of it on the other end. But that was, I don't know, it's just the stars aligning well for Astralis. And now there's Armor and C-Sets, which are back in action. Everyone loves them now. Glaive ready. He does get flashed, but everyone on the other side is as well. They're trying to run him down, lining up in front for a big double kill there. I think that's a friendly grenade on Glaive. That's not very helpful. Sip will take one more kill and should be more or less the end of the round here.
Yeah, no success here. Now the money is building for Astralis. Again, the flashbangs are great just to keep Glaive alive for long enough. Stan's going to try and do something, and not even going to get a kill out of it. It's only Glaive that falls, so a quick 6-0 for Astralis. Starting to look very, very good for them. They've got Caribbean and Dupree both over $10,000, and this is a good call. There's going to be Nitro, the new in-game leader of Team Liquid. Well, maybe not new, depending on your definition. It was just, what, a couple weeks ago that he kind of took over those duties from Stan, but every interview and every time they've spoken about it is more so, I guess always is, the in-game leader saying it's more of a team effort with us.
Yeah, but I mean, if you know, Nitro doesn't really come from that kind of background anyway. So there are a lot of teams I feel like now where the in-game leading role is less hard set anyway, where it can be more of a discussion between different people, right?
I mean, you can always have those discussions during freeze time. It's in the mid round where you need that one voice to just be like, this is absolutely what we're doing, and everyone just needs to go for it.
One of the interesting combinations of that way back in the day, I think, was Existence and Shocks, I think. Where obviously Existence would be the in-game leader.
Talk about 2 wildly different styles.
Yeah, but Shocks would do a lot of the pistol rounds. Like that would just be, he would just call the pistol round and that was it, and then he'd sort of give the reins back. So yeah, you can have different variations. Now we've got JDM with the AWP, and so far no one from Liquid has run into any traps, so hopefully they can get a bit more done this round.
Question of this round is going to be Dupree and Device aggressive towards long A. Dupree's kind of halfway up towards that rock on the T side. He's obviously just staring into the wall in case there's a pop flash so he doesn't get blind. Is at some point, if he doesn't feel or hear any pressure, is he going to push forward towards Playground, towards Fountain? Is he going to grab that information? Perhaps in the next 30 seconds that decision will be made. At the moment, Liquid with a minute left on the clock, they're just slowly progressing and taking control and making sure there's not a whole lot of aggression, not getting caught off guard by anything. JDM and San is all still watching for any presence at B.
But ELEAGUE did make some noise, and Dupree will have heard that, so that's some information to Astralis to work with. Now they're going to go for the peek. Device, what a great shot. Dupree does go down. He can't really stand alone against Nitro, but that's still going to be annoying. We're now down to 38 seconds. That's a problem.
Even Device was completely turned around. Look at JDM. He's clearing everything. Oh, he can't adjust in time. Zipnix, that's a dirty off angle. The op can't handle it. Stan is all waiting for the retreat, and he's able to punish him. But he's got such low HP, he can't really push forward, and there's Glaive. Now he knows he's fallen into the water. Glaive's the last line of defense here.
Almost got time then. Glaive up on the box. They know he's there. He's going to have to back off 16 seconds. The spray comes through, almost taking the bomb. And Kirby with a great flank in through the L-bend, taking down Stan. Twist pushing in. And Kirby with a double kill, leaving 6 seconds for Stan to make his escape. He can't really do anything. Pick up the AWP. And that will be 7-0 for Astralis. Kirby trying to run it down. Stan, this is dangerous. He will make it out. That can't get closer than that, can it?
No, it really can't. This is actually an incredible shot. That is not an easy shot to hit when you're Device and you're turned around for that pop flash. Swinging all the way back with the AWP. But yeah, once it gets into the 3-on-3, great kill by Stan to get Zipnix. at that B bomb site, but then everything else from there just stalls out. Stan doesn't have the HP, one of the players is an AWPer, so they can't, or no, I mean the AWPer got killed, but I mean no one is making aggression towards Glaive in that B bomb site, and if you can't take it over fast enough, that's when those flanks really start to punish you. And here's more aggression, a new location on the map to be aggressive for Astralis, a big trade, but it's going back and forth.
dupreeh very low on health. It'd be great if they could find a way to punish him quick. But he will make it out the door, and that still leaves them in a 3 versus 4. And again, talking about the mistakes of Astralis, Liquid needs something in a round like this to sort of turn it around. Otherwise, they're fighting a man down with very little equipment, and that's just not easy. So Astralis so far, look at where Kirby is. He's controlling almost the whole B side of the map, just pushing into T-spawn now, while Liquid are wondering what the hell is going on.
These are the plays that Dan spoke of that Astralis doesn't do, and it's true they don't do them too frequently, but it is that intuitive play. It's not part of like the set plan you have for the round, but he's got all the information. That's what allows the rest of the Astralis teammates to be at the A bomb site, and even when there's smoke, everyone just gets deleted immediately. This op's not going to do any work. It's been very, very quiet the 3 rounds he's had it, and another flashbang is going to seal the deal. It's a clinical match so far from Astralis.
Yes, it really is a quad kill for dupreeh. 8-0 in favor of Astralis, and Liquid. They've had the tactical timeouts. They've had some time to think about what's working out. Moses, what have you noticed so far? What's been the gap in the Astralis defense? There's got to be one, right?
Well, we can't really say because at the moment Team Liquid's not having success doing anything. So I mean, the big strength right now for Astralis is they've been pushed and been aggressive long A. They've pushed and been aggressive towards Party and stairs. They've now pushed down the stairs. They've been aggressive towards the B bomb site. So until Liquid can not get punished by that aggression, you can't really find what the weakness is. And here's a very fast pace, and maybe this is it. You get in their face very, very quickly. If they want to be aggressive, you get more so, and they're starting to get the trades going in their favor. Device is still here.
They did take a lot of grenade damage getting those 2 kills, but I think it might have been worth it. Still, got to be very careful again. As a response, this time it's Glaive pushing up out of the B bomb site, and this is a big off-angle stand, going to go down immediately now. Liquid have got to wonder, what is this version of Astralis? They're all over the place. Device hiding close to the smoke, and they're going to set up behind. He sees the grenades coming over. He definitely knows that much. And easy kill on one. Goes for the spray, and JDM actually wins the fight almost miraculously, but I'm not sure it's going to help that much.
That kill from Glaive is so important towards T-spawn. As soon as he gets that, the rest of Liquid is just like, they know we have no one on the other side of the map. We have to go now, even if it's going through the smoke and Device is waiting with open arms. JDM, the last one left. This was the most promising round that Liquid had had in some time, and it's going to go nowhere. He's got 3 HP. It's just purely on timing at this point. And I think even Zipnex, if he hears the plant noise, he's just going to let him have the plant. They don't care if they get the bonus money at this stage in the round.
Yeah, just make sure you don't lose the 2v1. That's never a good feeling when that happens. JDM has waited a long time. 19 seconds here. He's trying not to make any noise at all. And he has no idea where anyone is. A bit easier for us with the minimap. Gonna go and check the bank, and that's where Sip is, so very little chance here. JDM gonna go down. That will be 9 rounds for Astralis. This is... I mean, it's half memeing, but also half serious. I did think Astralis, had a chance to win it. I wasn't expecting this, though, Moses. I've got to be honest.
No, you expect some kind of fight, and yeah, if you pull up the scoreboard, that's the big thing you see, is there's not a whole lot of fight coming out of Liquid. Some of the ideas that you've seen, are cool if they come to fruition, but to have this many kills, this is a very small amount of kills to have on your players when you're on the 10th round of the half, and that just shows you, like, there's no success, there's no chance of them, executing anything very effective, because no matter what happens, they're not finding kills anywhere. Astralis has completely stumped them so far, and again, they're going to just try and run through the smokes, run through the Molotovs, to get some kind of map control.
dupreeh quick to find the kill on the stairwell, and he's going to be falling back, making sure they can't chase him down. Sip will take one on Nitro, and just like that, it's 5 versus 3. Very hard for Liquid to gain anything. It seems like any kind of map control just costs them. Every corner they turn costs them another player, and by the time they get to the bomb side, there's just not enough left.
It's been one of the great strengths of Astralis through the run in this year so far. There's a nice kill on the Glaive, but nothing else coming from it. I mean, the defense doesn't collapse just behind one kill, and Kirby's almost able to transfer that over to Twist. One more kill would be great. I don't think dupreeh is going to give it to him, but he does.
Yeah, jumping around a bit too much, so Another round where it gets close.
Listen, Anders, Liquid's got them right where they want them. They're going to take a tactical timeout here. This is where they're saying, all right, everything's gone according to plan. We've gotten them really, really confident with the 10-0 lead and all that money that we've allowed them to build up. This is where we flip the switch.
I like that idea. I think it's, I mean, it's, it could make for a movie later on.
Yeah, it's going to be a great movie, isn't
it?
Yeah. I mean, this is, I think you saw it a little bit in the last round, partially also because they had pistols, but a couple of rounds ago when there was the mid-pressure from Astralis, and you could see Liquid was just streaming flashbangs over the stairs by Fountain, and that was the big thing. There's like, all right, if they're going to get aggressive, we're going to get them blind, and we're going to try and punish them as they fall back. I think that's kind of the same idea that they had in that round with pistols running through the Molotov in the short sewers. I think that might be something they have to go back to, because if they just play their slow default, the problem with that is you never know where Astralis is being aggressive. So you're spread out, and you don't really have any chance of trading some of those kills.
Got a double up setup now for Astralis. They feel like they had the money, and we see Liquid there lining up with all of the smokes necessary. Device is pushed down towards the edge and is just waiting. They're going to be forced back.
There's essentially 4 players at the B bomb site. Actually, there's going to be 5 right now. Zipmix is rotating back at the moment. But Device was aggressive. They had 2 players down the danger stairs, and they were ready. If that was a fast play towards the P bomb site, Astralis crunches that so fast and likely just eliminate everyone.
JDM is waiting. He really, really wants the pre to take this peek on the other side. If that was successful, then at least it would be an opening, and maybe even one that wouldn't really cost Liquid that much. They've got some map control now. JDM down to 17. I think he was shot in the foot by Dupree on the other side, so that's also a big giveaway. Nice wall bang comes in. Glaive almost going down to that. Gonna try and lock the grenade back over, so he goes down right afterwards. That's purely a battle that happens through the wall here. And Liquid comes out on top. Now let's see what they can do. 45 seconds. This is their chance to go, and that Molotov is so good, keeping them back and buying time for the rotation. Now Astralis going to go for the boost, but Twist, he reads it so well. The Magician taking down a second player right through the smoke. Van Dolken is ready. It's Kjaerbye and Device now. 2 versus 5, and things are looking good for Liquid. Stanislaw going to take down Device and leaves Kjaerbye all alone. And it's time to pack it up, I feel.
Sometimes you need a little bit of luck to go your way to get on the board, and the spam comes through twice onto Glaive. He falls essentially for free, and then a great job by Twist. And yeah, you're right. The Astralis Molotovs, the counter nades onto Catwalk by the sandbags, those were perfect, but one player streaming in out those long tunnels through Monster is going to clear out that B bomb site, and Kjaerbye's the only one left now. And he's just trying to not really attract a whole lot of attention to himself. I told you, Anders, right where they wanted him. So it begins.
Yeah, they'd just, you know, pulled the wool over their eyes, and then when they peep back in, it's Twister's there in his magic robe.
That's a fantasy we don't have to discuss at the moment.
Is it?
Apparently.
He's called Van Dolken. He's got to be
the magnificent Van Dolken.
Yeah, it's got to be. There's no other way out. This is hilarious, isn't it? I mean, unless you're Glaive, it's not all that fun. But
I know it's not.
He almost asked for it. Like, he could have left it alone with the grenade, but then he does it anyway. This is, I mean, I love the read for Twist. The second kill is sort of random, but the first one's a really good read.
That's the thing. If you're Liquid, you're like, all right, we got a kill by spamming through the wall and a kill through the smoke. That really sealed the round. Just keep doing that 4 more times.
Easy call, I say. Device sneaking in, does get a leg shot on ELEAGUE, but now they're going to try and run him down. That Molotov, though, again, just buying time.
It's not the Molotov, it's the flashbang. They were going to go through that until he gets completely blind. It's this utility usage out of Astralis in this game has been so impressive round after round. And that's the kind of fundamental Counter-Strike that has made them so consistent this year. One of the best teams at it. So trying to take long control. Dupree's going to hear these nades going off. He's going to try and time the pop flash. I'm assuming he's going to have his teammate. Device has an AWP. Comes a flash from him, and Dupree's going to peek with that. There's the clear. One player out in the open, no ability for trade. And now he's even got the AWP backing him up, so more magnificence from Astralis.
This Device again trying to help out long range with the artillery. And just the smoke to buy more time, which Liquid don't really have. There is a bit of a crazy jump, even an attempt to take that shot. Nitro taking a fight with Dupree, but not winning it. Leaves them in a very awkward spot right now. The bomb is actually over here. JDM has to go and pick it up. And did he hear that? I don't know if Dupree heard that step, but they're going to fall back into the bomb site. Device will take another couple of kills, leaving JDM alone here. This is a disaster, Moses. This mythic plan of yours where they've got them right where they wanted them? I feel like they might have overplayed their hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's a risky strategy. It's a bold strategy. Obviously not working in this game, which you hate to see. Yeah, I mean, that pop flash, that defensive setup, the rotation, the different shifts that Dupree and Device had, that was great to see out of Astralis. And we know Device is such an incredible opper. You could kind of see the flash of brilliance with those two kills he gets at the A bomb site. JDM's just fighting to save his weapon. He's being hunted down by Glaive. Surely he hears it. He turns. It's the leg shot. You don't like that. And he gets killed after the time. He has no bonus money into the next round. That's the real tough part is, I mean, this from Nitro, I think if you have a teammate there, it's a hard call to make at the time because you know you've got to clear out long for your teammates. But it's just too easy for Astralis. They're getting all the fights they want. And listen, we talk a lot about the success Nitro's had very shortly as an in-game leader. This is where being an in-game leader starts to get stressful. It's games like this where nothing is working. It's really disheartening.
I was going to say that he did that whole face wipe, and I think by the time his face sort of like comes out on the other side, he's aged a couple of years. Like, I think you could almost see that. Just a couple of more wrinkles on his forehead. That's
gray hairs.
It is brutal because all the weight is on you, right? Your teammates are sort of expecting that. You've done the research, you've maybe found a way out, or at least that you're compiling all the data from the previous rounds and you figured out what the weakness is. And it seems like even when they get the good round leads, or the good sort of, kill leads in some of the rounds, it isn't really working out that well. 11-1, and now we're heading into the 13th round.
Tough part is they haven't even had really the option to get too deep into the playbook just because Astralis has always had everything they could want. They always have the nades to slow things down, even if Liquid wanted to call some kind of a contact play. Now they know that, Device has the AWP out. He can be aggressive at various parts of the map, and he can at least pick one off if they're going to do that. You're not always guaranteed a trade, considering how good the counter flashes have been for Astralis. Even if you want to do something fast-paced, we've seen him a number of times blocked off by Molotovs, but here's a good find. Somehow they found a gap in the defense, and there it is. There's a missed shot from Device. He's not expecting that, and ELEAGUE leads the way in. He's got to find one more on the stairs. There's the fight. There's the headshot. Looks like a second round will be on the board for Liquid.
Oh, I need to replay this round too, because that was beautiful. That was a great flashbang being thrown by a teammate. This time it was Liquid's turn. Sip will get one kill in return, but with the bomb down, surely Moses, there is no way for them to lose this. There's only 2 smokes on Astralis, so they could buy a bit of time to try and defuse the bomb, but they're actually going to go for it. I thought maybe they would have backed up. There's one smoke put out. Now they're going to go and check the bomb site. Sip has got the other one, and he's going to put it right on top of the bomb. And here's the attempt at least. Kirby does get the kill in return on JDM. Sip pushing out, goes for the spray long range. Almost could have taken down Stan, but I think they're simply out of time here. Kirby, he could try the best that he can, but eventually he's going to have to run away. It will be a second round for Liquid. That's great. I think when ELEAGUE gets the first kill, when he goes to take the fight at Stairwell, look at this. Just at the top right corner here, there's a flashbang coming in all the way from the other side of the map to flash the Stairwell. That's how he's able to get that really good angle on that Stairwell fight. That's brilliant play. Yeah,
because Dupree likely wants to just take that peek, take that fight. Device calling, there's only one player there, obviously, when he gets killed. He just wasn't expecting that, so there's a little bit of initiative out of ELEAGUE, one of the star players in the North American region, to just say, I'm just going to take the A bomb site. He feels no presence whatsoever, and he basically ran that whole way, which is impressive. And now fast plays towards B. Here's that same tactic again. This time they smoke out, and a pop flash from Astralis actually backfires. KRB has to fall away. Now they're out of position. Nitro spotted one in the pit. He's going to try and take out Glaive. The spray's not working out. Finally it comes in, and ELEAGUE Twist add one each of their own.
So all they had to do all along was just run and shoot, and it works out just fine. Astralis getting caught and getting toppled in the bomb site, and Dupree and Device just have to run away, hide their guns somewhere else. Who knew that it was that simple?
Nitro.
Yeah.
The whole time.
The whole time.
No, I mean, that's the tactic they wanted to do last time, right? When KRB, maybe not last time, but when KRB pop flashes behind that Molotov and gets the triple kill.
Yeah.
This time they just smoke it out and they get right through it. It was actually the same call from both teams. KRB was getting aggressive as well. He just mistimed the flashbang from Astralis, which we haven't seen in this whole half. Commented a number of times of how coordinated their utility's been. Third round for Team Liquid, and I think finally the money is low enough on Astralis that they might be a tad bit punished in this last round. Astralis likely drops an M4 over. Dupree's got one right now, so they'll still have a solid buy, but they'll be missing a couple things here and there.
Yes, indeed. 11-3 here, moving into the 15th round. The Last at half. Based on what you've seen so far, Moses, as the man who ushered in the Tarek era, how long before we get to the Nitro era, you think?
You're just loving that, aren't you? I don't know, Anders. I think this whole concept of eras is getting blown out. It's getting a bit out of control, I think.
Is it?
You can't just establish eras for every small thing going on.
We had the MSL era. That was good.
Yeah, that was an exciting weekend, wasn't it?
It was a good weekend. No, I mean this is definitely an uphill battle right now for the Liquid team, and it's sometimes you wish that the halves could almost sort of be in reverse, or that they could have had these rounds earlier on, because then there would have been more to play for. When you get them this late, it's like, yeah, but you might already be in a pretty deep hole.
Right, that's just one of those if things, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if they get these rounds earlier on, this is a whole different game. You know, Astralis doesn't have that established economy for 14 straight rounds. Fortunately, it doesn't work out that way. Still, though, with 4 rounds, you give yourself a chance to make something happen in the second half. You've got, a little bit of a margin for error. And look at this. I mean, this has been the switch up for Liquid. They've changed the pace. This is more of just a group up, start getting places very quickly. This is early on in the round compared to some of their start to this half. Caribbean jumping over. Here's the rifle come out. It's all on Device and how he is dealt with by Team Liquid.
He's playing close with the AWP, which is very risky. He is one of the AWPers that could do it very well. Fallen does this quite a bit too on the SK side. We're going to see them later on. Nitro pushing in right onto the bomb side. They're going to get the win, but is they going to check it? There's a bit of a save here, helping Device out. He's finally going to go down, but now they're in a lot of trouble here, Liquid, and long range there. It's all on JDM. 1 versus 3, and they're right on him. Flashbang comes in. Device with the kill. C-set 75 for a 12-3 first half finish in favor of Astralis. That's obviously just a very good job.
Yes, and they don't get that 4th round, which would have been so important. And again, it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of success on the entries for Team Liquid. Regardless, we'll have to see if their defense is up to the task. They've got a huge comeback ahead of them if they want to make this. Stay tuned.
Bleacher Report connects you to the stories, teams, athletes, and moment that matters to you in sports culture. Download the free Bleacher Report app and stay dialed into the teams and topics you care about the most. Moses, we're live with the second half here. It's Astralis versus Team Liquid, and so far it's been mostly Astralis, really. I mean, this is a depressing comparison between Twist and dupreeh.
Yeah, Twist is a guy obviously with a lot of potential that a lot of people have looked at favorably. I think Nitro was the one you just had an interview where he said he was a top 10 player in the world, which might be a bit early for that, but there's no doubt Twist has been impressive for everyone watching. Just this time there seemed no success.
This is the eye tracking software that we've got with Alienware, and it's absolutely amazing. You see dupreeh being very well aware of what's going on there and keeping good track of everything. Even after he's dead, he's checking the minimap.
Yeah.
So he can get the calls in.
Making sure all the information is there to pass on to his teammates.
Yeah. That is such a cool technology. I wish we could use it even more than we currently can, which I think is also maybe the plan. So
we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there
Build
one of
up
these
to
days. No, it's really valuable actually. Second half though, Stan has picked up the dualies. I really love him even more.
He's been doing that a lot recently. Noticed it on a couple different maps on the CT pistols. He's picked up dualies. Seen it on Mirage. I've seen him do it on Inferno.
But they've not even. This isn't even the patch where they've reduced the price, is it?
I have no idea, to be honest.
It's down to 400, which is amazing. Well, we'll talk about that later. The rush is on to the B bomb site, and they just run over Nitro. Astralis looking for a big opening here in the second half. ELEAGUE with a headshot. Stan is there. 2 kills with 2 pistols. I wonder if they were the same pistol. It's now down to Device in a 1 versus 4, hiding outside of the B bomb site. They have the bomb on the other side. There's no way to lose this unless you're really trying.
Yeah, unless you put an effort into losing this. And well, here's a little bit of one, exposing themselves. Yeah. Obviously, the USPs still have the advantage of that range, but just don't take those fights.
No. Leave Device alone. There's no reason to give him any long-range headshots. And the Glock is not quite a 1 kill, but it could still be a bit scary.
Listen, Astralis was on the verge of breaking this bomb site wide open. It was just that last stand from Team Liquid that really saved him.
Made a noise, and there's the jump in. Did try to use the curvature of the tunnel to give himself a bit of a speed boost, but it didn't work out. 12-4. Is this the plan, Moses? Is this the final step in the plan? Look, okay, can we see here? So that's the left-hand pistol. I think it's the right-hand one, but it's too quick. I can't tell.
Asking the important questions.
This really matters to me.
Yeah. I mean, Astralis, they get that. I don't think they were expecting him to be there, to be quite frank. They got the 1 kill on Nitro as they were coming through, and they knew ELEAGUE was at the pillar. I think they really wanted to clear him out and weren't ready for Stan to be there. So great kills from him. Great setup despite losing the early battle for Team Liquid. Great adjustments. And they hold off. If 1 more kill goes out for Astralis, that bomb site is essentially lost. There's nothing really to hold him back. Now, without a plant, it's pistols and armor in the second round for Astralis. It's a Deagle and Caribbean Device, CZs otherwise. And there's 1 spotted. JDM better be careful with that fight. He's got 2 teammates coming up the stairs now, so this is a moment of weakness in the defense. And there's the pick. JDM sticking around too long for that battle. He goes down. Actually, the quick aggressive flank is coming in.
That means there's nobody in B, and Sip knew that. Now he's rotating. If they come back for him right now, they're going to check that's a headshot for either player. Sip doing some damage there. That could have been, I think, much worse. If he had hit on the bomb site when they came back in, who knows?
I mean, that's great presence of mind for Liquid as they fall back to even, I mean, Twist to even be checking and looking and being aware of that. He's got low HP. He can't be offering himself up in that kind of a fight. You don't want those Deagles to do more work at the moment. There's still an opportunity for Astralis to take this round, to steal it away from Liquid. Glaive is close up out towards long, and Device and Careby coming back.
Stan has got every chance to win this. He does drop very low, but that's the bomb, so they know they're committed. Stanislaw with a great double kill here, looking for a bit more. Device still doing some damage, but all they have to do is wait. He has to plant the bomb eventually, so play around that sound. Don't make any silly mistakes. Stanislaw trying to back off, but he will get shot in the head, and that's at least a bomb plant here for Device. He's going to fake it once and go for the peek. Oh, fire right at his feet, and Nitro will win the round. That could have been a bit awkward there, but they pull it through.
It almost was something you want to say it could have been a disaster, but at the same time, it pretty much was a disaster. Losing 4 players in this round. Device, this is a brilliant shot onto JDM, just giving too many opportunities up. He was just trying to help his teammates fall away who came up those danger stairs. But still, Team Liquid lost so much resources during that battle. That's going to hurt them moving forward into the future.
12-5 is the scoreline, and the gap is still pretty wide. We can't start to feel too excited for Liquid until they really build an economy that's worth talking about. ELEAGUE clearing out the connector, and he took a bit of damage, but I feel like it's alright. He's got the MP9, so I'm not that worried.
Even the Glock doing good work at the moment for the Astralis side against armor.
Yeah. We'll see how this unfolds. If they can get through this round with 4 or 5 members alive, then that's at least a start for Liquid. Then what I really want to see is JDM and work with the AWP. I feel like we got cheated out of that the first half.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say cheated. I mean, Astralis did, just destroy them in every single regard. Even when he had the off, he wasn't able to get anything going. So, yeah, fair play to Astralis. They found a great way to neutralize JDM for sure. I don't think we'll even be able to see the op on him in the 4th round, depending on how many kills he can get with this UMP. They need some bonus money coming up. Yeah, he doesn't have anything.
He's not exactly hunting for it either. Device is right on the edge. Remember, they don't have any armor, so the UMP and the MP9 are going to chew right through them. It already has with 2 of their players. And now we're down to 30 seconds. I feel like Astralis are really baiting this round for a long time, and JDM's got tired of waiting almost with the triple. It will be shot down eventually. So at least all the SMGs got the kills in this round for Liquid. That's a bit of a bonus. JDM at 5,000. It's a risk if you want to go for it.
No, ELEAGUE can drop him one if they wanted to. So they could just swap weapons over if that was going to be the decision. I think that's exactly what's happening right now. So JDM's going to have the AWP. That's what we like to see. He needs to get started. Sometimes it's difficult for an Opera to get going into a game when they've had such a rough start to it, when you feel like nothing's working for you. I think Operas especially, sometimes we see them struggle under those conditions.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what, Moses?
What's that?
There's a D in his name.
There is a D in his name.
Doesn't really have any relevance.
Shout out to Richard's opening the show.
Yeah, that was demented.
Again, a D is in there.
That was another D. On the stairwell, stacked up inside. I like this from Liquid. It's kind of hard to predict if you're coming in from the Astralis side, but tragically for them, they didn't have the same fortune of timing as Astralis did. And there's no one in the tunnel for the T side. Sip is just there listening in connector, while 3 or 4 members are pushing up on the other side. So good map control for Astralis.
Yes, and I mean, Twisted Nitro, there's now an opportunity for ELEAGUE and Stanislav to evacuate any way they want. The real danger is JDM. He's got to be so careful. He has no idea. I think he might get picked off here, and he falls away. That flashbang should indicate where they are. The flick doesn't work, and now there's no one at the A bomb site. This defense has just been shattered. It's only him, and if Astralis pushes the envelope here, they're going to find themselves a free bomb site.
Oh man, the timing was so unfortunate for JDM, although that's a good shot for ELEAGUE coming out of the stairwell. The smoke actually, I think, went too far. It went down the stairwell over there and pushed its way in. But a headshot from Kirby will definitely do the trick just fine. That's going to be a bomb plant, no doubt, for Astralis, and an almost impossible retake here for Liquid. Twisted Nitro are good, but they would need some very rapid kills to make this work.
Yeah, this is... I mean, this defense, these rotations are not as polished as we saw on the Astralis side. When JDM is still aggressive in that position, he's the linchpin. If he falls there, it's exactly, this is the outcome of it, because he's so far pushed up with no teammate in the A bomb site. If he gets more passive, if he falls away earlier, he's got a chance to at least take a shot and get into some cover and allow time for his teammates to rotate back, but that's just some miscommunication, misreading of the timings. I think at a certain point we have to, you can also point this back towards the map veto. I mean, this is a map, we should point out, Liquid has beat Astralis on this. It was at, what, the Face-It finals? But I believe that was the game that a lot of us have put an asterisk on, just because apparently the air conditioning unit had broken in Astralis' booth, so it was like 1,000,000 degrees.
That was a rumor, yes. I think people were talking about that as being a potential influence. Although I always hate stuff like that up. I feel like it's...
Yeah.
It's always easy to say.
It is easy to say.
Just because you don't want to get caught losing to Liquid. I can understand that.
Yeah, it's fair play. But, I mean, you still just have to consider that. I mean, this is a map that you'd have to say Astralis is the best team in the world on.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. Oh, good smoke, though. Tries to take the shot through Device. And he takes down JDM. It's so unfortunate. He wanted to be aggressive. He wanted to make a play for his team, but now, again, they're in some trouble.
Yeah, man down. Not a whole lot of options, not a whole lot of utility. Couple smokes, couple flashbangs, and a Molotov. Someone's going to have to come up big with an individual Herculean effort and win some fights. At the moment, ELEAGUE is alone on A. This is Liquid pretty much gambling. All their chips are over towards the B bomb site, just saying, if they come here, this is the best defense we've got. We'll see what happens at the A bomb site otherwise. I think this is a smart decision as well from Liquid. If you're watching the mini-map, they have 2 players pushing out of B. Unfortunately, Glaive is countering this push, and this is... Oh, he loses that fight. He misses the shot, so even better for Team Liquid. That couldn't have gone any better.
Pretending to be Scream, like the Highlander, there can be only one, so why would you go down that route?
Listen, that's the benefit of getting a pick in the round if you're Astralis that early on when Device finds JDM, because Glaive can just sit and park himself in that corner for half the round. And Nitro, that's not a position that's easy to clear out and notice. Now, thankfully, he misses the shots.
There's only 30 seconds, and the bomb is actually in T spawn now, so they still fake here for Astralis. Had better work out well, because otherwise they're going to be in trouble. The smokes are going to land on the A-bomb side. Now Nitro's actually pushing out. Now it's definitely going to work. Look at Twist and Stanislaw. They're going to stay on the A-bomb side. Nitro, the only one there, and he's going to realize right about now, oh no, this is a big mistake. He goes down, and the B-bomb side is empty. The bomb is on there with 7 seconds left. That worked much better than I was expecting, but once ELEAGUE goes down, that kill is so powerful.
That's exactly it. As soon as that kill goes out, if ELEAGUE even wins that fight, then he's in front of the smokes, he's in front of the flashbangs and utility. He knows exactly what's coming. Does Liquid actually want to fight for this? I don't think they do. They have one kit. Kirby doesn't think they're going to fight for it either. He's already waiting for them to fall back, and there's one kill coming in. It's just Twist left, and he's got to run away now, fighting his way out, but it's not going to work. Astralis with a big lead, and that might be the clincher. I think the money for Liquid is pretty much gone here, but yeah, this happens immediately.
Not easy for Device to line out the shot, but you can see Sonic behind him.
He's loving it, isn't he?
He's got the little book of tactics and everything. He's excited.
I mean, it's actually kind of funny. If you go back to the pregame, you know, a lot of us analysts, a lot of people are feeling like Liquid can take this one based on their recent run of form. But when these groups got announced before the season even began, like the immediate reaction is just like, well, sorry, Liquid, you're kind of in trouble in this group with Astralis and SK. Since then, they haven't been playing phenomenally.
And heroic.
And heroic. Apologies. Sorry, Denmark.
Listen, I still think Heroic can beat SK later on. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I think I made that prediction officially as well, though. It's a moment of national fervor.
Yeah, right.
I can help myself.
Listen, we all have those.
It's true. 14-6 right now, so a massive lead. So big I can't even do the counting, Moses. It's beyond numbers at this point for the Astralis team. Liquid need a huge comeback here, and we're talking about sort of the individual plays to bring it back. That's where I'd want someone like, you know, JDM or someone with an AWP to pick it up and go aggressive early on, find the opening kills, and rally the team behind them. They just don't have the economy for any of it.
No, and that's been a story of a lot of this. JDM is pushed up, so he's hearing these footsteps. When does he choose to pounce? It's right now, and there goes the check. Coming his back forward is Kirby, but he misses all those shots. That's curious. A chance in this round until Xyp9x takes down 2. That's his teammate that you don't want to kill. JDM has them boxed in at the moment, and actually I think he even dinked Dupree, or was that from a different fight? Regardless, it doesn't matter. Dupree's taking him out.
Yeah, and it leaves the rest of them just in an awkward spot. Twist and Nitro, they are trying to sort of research the A-bomb site, figure out what's going on over here. And once again, Astralis, after that initial fight, they're just going to spend, you know, 20 seconds waiting, which is very annoying when you're on the CT side.
It really is, because you want to find information, you want to find something to do across the map, and you're getting nothing. This is really nice work from Astralis throughout this game. Nitro, he'll have Glaive, and there's the headshot. A little bit of a drive-by. Now Twist is going to rotate over. The information passed on by Nitro that he's the only one here. They've got to have some impact on the progression into the bomb site for Astralis. They have to pick off at least one more. And there's low HP, so there's an opportunity here.
There is indeed. Are they going to be able to stop the bomb? It's right behind the smoke. That's a great headshot for Twist. 3 seconds left. And the bomb will go down, but Twist is doing all the work and hiding inside the smoke. Dupree, there's no way out of this. That doesn't result in death, and Liquid will win the round. 7-14. That's a bit more manageable and quite a big upset for them to win the round.
Oh, huge, with just some SMGs and some pistols brought into it. That's really good stuff. Nice sequence from Twist there. So, I mean, still obviously a long way to go, and the plant is going to even bring more bonus money, but Liquid, they have to go on a big run here if they want a chance. They need, obviously, 9 rounds to win, 8 to force overtime if it gets to that. Still a chance, though, if Twist can keep playing like this. But it's not just him, it's the other guys who also have to step up. We have to say, JDM's still been pretty quiet on the AWP, even when he's had it on the CT side, hasn't been able to find any rhythm. And now he's in that mode where he just can't afford it. He just would lose too much if he tries and force buys the AWP.
This is the big test for them. They do have that, actually 2 saved AK-47s. That's really good on them. And I like these forward grenades here from Liquid, pushing Astralis back, not even allowing them out of the stairwell. That's going to be annoying. Are they just going to focus on the B-bomb side instead? Right now, JDM and ELEAGUE are quite far away. It feels like Astralis might just try and speed up on the B side.
Well, JDM's going to be able to have a quick flank down the stairwell. He's the top of it. ELEAGUE is very, very far pushed up. That would be a great flank to have as well. But it's all on Twist and Stanislaw. They have to be able to do damage on the initial execute. They have to be able to slow this down.
Stan is on the ramp. Molotov at his feet, and he goes down to Glaive. A second headshot comes through. Nitro, the only one on the bomb side, able to try and hold on to it. The bomb goes down. In spite of Glaive being on 3 health, that's going to be annoying. And they've lost JDM in the flank as well. ELEAGUE comes in with a long-range spray. And he will actually get a quick double kill. The Molotov taking down Glaive, and just like that, it goes from a 4-on-2 into a 1-on-2 in favor of Liquid. Device, the only one left here. And he wants this round. Goes for the tap, but doesn't make it work. ELEAGUE with a triple, and Liquid, how did they win this round?
I mean, they got very lucky. ELEAGUE wins 3 huge fights, obviously, on the flank. But listen, you can't let a CZ entry like this, 2 players just like that. It's way, way too easy for Liquid to allow. But it is the advanced positions coming. It is the JDM at stairs. He comes in with a very fast flank. Even when they take him out, they're thinking, all right, the flank is probably safe. That's the flanker that we had to worry about. And then ELEAGUE comes from the other direction. His aggression early in the round sets the foundation for him to make those plays, but still, they get away with one. Very, very fortunate. And now they have a chance to build up some money. It's 14-8. The AWP is back in JDM's hands. They cannot lose players in this round.
There is a deagle on Dupree. A couple of flashbangs to set up for Glaive there, so maybe they could try and rush down the B-bomb side if they eventually feel like it. Glaive is actually all the way on the other side with the bomb as well, so they're just scouring the whole map. There's a bit of a grenade, and did Glaive see that?
I don't believe so. He didn't react to it whatsoever, so I don't think he saw it. ELEAGUE is hearing some of these footsteps. Device is going to go back to check. Dupree trying to probe into this B-bomb site. Maybe they did. I mean, they're boxing him in quite nice. JDM and ELEAGUE have to make a play. They're about to... I mean, JDM is going to be a free kill if KRB swings out. He doesn't do it, thankfully for JDM.
It looks like they want to go for the double peek. Not going to be easy for Device to hold on to this. There is a bit of a dink, but a good follow-up there. And they're checking behind them. They sort of know that they've lost control of this side. Flashbang works better against them, it seemed, so I'm not sure what that was about. Easy kill for KRB, and a great follow-up there. Makes it a 3-on-3. And they didn't see Stan go into the corner, but if they check it, man, he's in trouble.
I'm not so sure why they fell back in such a haphazard way without being more cautious or using more utility on that. They were just kind of jumping around the corner. Yeah, if KRB gets a kill here, this round is likely over. Twist is all alone at the B bomb site at the moment.
It doesn't look like he's checking it at all, KRB. None of his movements have been towards the left-hand side here. So likely he's going to be dead very soon. The gun barrel will show when he comes around, as the shadow will too. And there's a bit of a spray coming in, and takes a while, but it works out in the end.
Dicey. If he misses that kill, perhaps that op swings around. But yeah, great positioning. I think he got there just in that gap. Once they kill 2 players at long like that, when JDM and ELEAGUE are trying to retreat, they assume they've taken out the A defense with that kind of an aggressive stance, and he just gets in that corner just at the right moment, the Stanislaw. Regardless, still slowly crawling back into this game. You wouldn't call it a comeback yet, but at least now, you know, they didn't lose a whole lot. They can rebuy some of the utility. They have a lot more to work with. They have the Molotovs. They have kits. Now we get to see how dynamic Liquid can be on this defense. ELEAGUE getting aggressive. He's forced back by the flashbangs. And it's just a standard default setup from Astralis. But JDM's going to get aggressive with that all.
I like seeing this. I think he's got the skills to do it. And he's got Nitro to back him up as well. So why not try? The noise being made, the door being blown up. But Dupree was just at the right angle. Was that the smoke from the grenade just blocking his view?
I think, well, Dupree was also ready for that. He was, I think he heard the kind of footsteps from, I think JDM made some noise, and he was ready for that kind of a peek. Double play on long for Team Liquid is going to equalize things in a 4-on-4, but now the B bomb site's about to be under a lot of pressure. Astralis knows the rotates are so far away.
Yeah, the math is easy if you're on the Astralis side now. Nitro has to go big here. On top of the box, the smoke is in, and he has to fall back, leaving Twist alone on the bomb side. That's never a good idea, and Sip will take him down. That leaves Stanislaw after KRB with a headshot on ELEAGUE. In bomb plant here, no problem at all. Should be Astralis making their way to map point. Stan playing at the edge of the smoke, already getting the 1 kill, and actually trying to transfer on to the next. He was expecting more of a peak coming out. He only has 8 bullets, though, so might be time for a reload of some sort, but Sip will take him down, and that's 15 for Astralis here. That's a good indication of how quick Astralis are to make that call.
Yeah, it's a great read, because they know even if they take some time to win those fights, even if they have to fight their way into the site and it takes an extra 5 seconds, the rotations are still not going to be there in time to help out those 2 players. So very, very calculated, and it comes in so quickly. It's just as soon as that player dies, he's passed on the information and the call comes in. Seems like Liquid on the CT side, I mean, that setup there, it just seemed like they couldn't get the fights they wanted. A very narrow angle taken, and the players just ran by it too fast for the reaction. But another desperate round, JDM with the op. ELEAGUE and Stanislaw. They've got CZ and a UMP there in the stairs, but they give it up pretty quickly. This round is all on JDM, and as we've mentioned a couple times, we haven't had to say his name a whole lot.
No, he's had some good shots, but he is at the bottom of the scoreboard with 10 kills, so obviously a bit disappointing. You really want to see him go big in these games, especially with an opponent like Astralis. Bathrooms are slowly being cleared out here from the Danish side, trying to make sure that they can get the setup. You sort of need all the space when you're on the T side because you need this real estate to throw the grenades, and JDM knows it. And that's a good kill on Kirby.
There he is. Tough angle for Kirby to know, to expect. Quick shot. Still being aggressive as well in a position where if he gets stuck in this during an execute, there's not a whole lot of opportunity to fall back. Boost up now and check out towards long, and he had the opportunity, but he can't hit the shot. Great idea, though, from Liquid. Innovation in the mid-round.
Yeah, you love to see that. Also got to be careful, because it was Device on the other side, so if you wait too long, it could backfire as well. 30 seconds now, and here's the setup, and this is definitely an execute. The bomb is over at long with Glaive. There's the jump up, Sip with the headshot, and this time they should check the corner. ELEAGUE, yes indeed. Crouch checked by Glaive, and now he's going to run all the way through into the smoke, and the bomb will be going down, and that's very bad news for the remaining Liquid players here trying for the retake. Nitro, if he can win this flank, that just might have been worth it. Sip is there, and Nitro goes down. Stan and Twist, they don't have any kits, they don't have any smokes or anything to force Astralis into a fight, although a headshot might be a good beginning. He's going to go for another one. 3 bullets left. He does a leg shot. Another headshot coming in. Oh, and there's the help from Stan. And suddenly it's looking a bit more doable. They got to be quick. They've even picked up a defuse kit in the meantime. And Sip, he's waiting by the bathrooms. He's going to go for the wide peak, but that's the round. Liquid, they stay in it. 15 to 10. Can you explain that, Moses?
The magician, that's all there is. Twist with a couple great kills coming into it. They had nothing in that retake, no utility. This is a brilliant shot. The follow-up later on, but I mean, this is the thing. Again, this is another situation where you have to say if you're someone talking about Astralis where they don't make a whole lot of mistakes, they just made a good 2 or 3 in that post plant. Yep. Those are peaks you don't need to be making at that point. You make the defense retaking that bomb site, come be aggressive and try and hunt you down out of your post plant positions. And Astralis gave them the opportunity to land us some magnificent shots, and that's exactly what occurred. Maybe he really is a magician, Moses. We've just been memeing up until this point, but as we know, memes do have a real impact on reality, so, or on the simulation as it may be. Yeah, they're starting to.
It's getting scary to live in this world now. Nitro playing close to the ramp there, and they're trying to push it behind him. That's a big gap in the defense. Twist, though, doing a great job. Look at those headshots, taking 3 in a row just like that. And Device is now the lone player pushing in. Man, I love watching Twist play. Yeah, it's great, but you know what you don't like watching is that kind of a defense being so uncoordinated between him and Nitro. There's some focus being lost there, whether it's Nitro trying to make a call or a read for his teammates, something along those lines. But this is the second time now Glaive has just been able to march up past those sandbags with a CZ and get a kill this round. The last time they did it, it was 2 kills and a CZ against Rifles again. So if I'm a Liquid, I'm assuming Glaive at some point is going to be make a call, say, listen, we've got all the room we want to work with over towards these sandbags. Let's attack this B bomb site. Some defense, defense, Moses.
It wins championships, Anders.
Yes. You say that. See if it's going to hold up this time. Nitro at the edge of the smoke. Everybody's flashed. No one can see a single thing. Nitro going to be the first one to get his vision back at ELEAGUE with a kill on Dupree running through the smoke as Nitro. That's a bold move. And it does end up getting him killed. There's another player hiding inside of the bomb site. Stan to get a quick one. They know exactly where he is. Can they pick him off? He's finally going to be down. And ELEAGUE in a 1 versus 2 here. Very tough for Liquid. They've done it a number of times. Brought it back from the brink. But this time, It seems like it's just a bit too much 1 versus 2, and they're going to put the bomb over on the A bomb side.
That was just a prayer, wasn't it? Who's going to become unblind first? Just keep bombing flashbangs, and hopefully your teammate gets lucky. And yeah, this is tough. Astralis wins it out. They're the more patient team through the progression of that round. ELEAGUE has got to do something perfect here. 6 HP, no more health to play with.
He's trying to make his way up, but sees the shadow. And on the other side is Device, and that will finally be Astralis closing out the game at 16-11. That defense is where it's at. I mean, it is crazy, Moses.
Yeah, I mean, it's had a bit of a struggle there to close the game out, but I mean, still, you're going to feel like even looking at that scoreboard, 16-11, that's going to be just felt way more dominant for Astralis. That was a huge victory of them in the first half, especially.
Yeah, I mean, it's American Counter-Strike for you.